I got my co-op मुझे मिली in summer 2021.
I want a detailed answer in how is TRU supporting you in getting the most out of your course. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome. अरे यार, अभी आपको मेरे चलने की आवाज़ आएगी. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to Piyush Canada. यार अभी हम जा रहे हैं कुलराज से बात करने. वीडियो कैसी लगी ज़रूर बताना, ठीक है. और इसके बाद भी कोई क्वेश्चंस रह जाएं तो नीचे ज़रूर डाल देना. अब आप ऐसे क्वेश्चन डालोगे कि इज़ इट वर्थ कमिंग टू कनाडा, इज़ इट वर्थ डूइंग BSc, उसका आंसर यार किसी के पास नहीं हो सकता, ठीक है ना. तो कोई स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन है वो आप डालो. इज इट वर्थ, इज इट नॉट वर्थ, वो यार एक पर्सनल चॉइस होती है, ठीक है. तो कोई स्पेसिफिक अच्छा सा क्वेश्चन है जरूर डालो. तो यार सीधा वीडियो में चलते हैं. अभी टेम्परेचर हो रहा है -17, -18 और फील्स लाइक तो हो रहा है -22. तेरा इंडिया में क्या बैकग्राउंड था एंड इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ. क्या कर रहा था इंडिया में, क्या एकदम से सपना आया कि चलो कनाडा चलते हैं, ठीक है.
Okay, so my name is Kulraj. India में मैं I was in school 12th grade किया and then I was very adamant कि मैंने यहाँ पे आना है. Just different education system experience करना है. I was already following mostly YouTubers, Europe के, Canada के, and like I am into study and I like academia. So हमेशा से I wanted to come and experience this. And then I gave my IELTS जब मैं 12th grade की summer vacations में, so that no time is wasted. And then after that, 4 months after graduating, I was here.
तो इंडिया में तूने कौन सा, मतलब 12th में कौन सा स्ट्रीम लिया?
Non-medical.
Non-medical? Okay, okay. Tell me what course are you pursuing यहाँ पे, जिसको वैसे तो टाइटल से लोगों ने देख ही लिया होगा, but still what course are you pursuing and तू कौन से सेमेस्टर में है?
Okay. यहाँ पे मैं I'm doing Bachelor of Computer Science and अभी winter 2023 will be my last semester.
Okay, तो पूरे 4 साल हो चुके हैं TRU में, ठीक है भाई. इसको मेरे से 4 गुना ज्यादा ये कैम्पस के अंदर है, तो ठीक है. बहुत परेशान करने वाले लोग तेरे को वैसे. तो जो तेरा कोर्स है उसका एंट्री क्राइटेरिया क्या है?
It's because it is undergrad, so it's just IELTS जो English proficiency test जो भी they are giving, and then it'll be English and then maths criteria is there like 73%.
Okay.
In that range, it keeps changing, so I can't really give a solid number. But and I think math में it really depends. Like you can give यहाँ पे आके acuplacer दे सकते हो. So if you haven't done math in 12th grade, so you can give it. But then I don't know how visa people will assess the application or like
that's a totally
different like yeah.
ठीक है, we will dive into more. बहुत सारे questions हैं मेरे पास, at least 20 questions हैं. Before we begin के BSc करने के लिए BSc कंप्यूटर साइंस करने के लिए जो अभी 12th में है, जो कोई ये वीडियो देख रहा है या आगने वाले 1 साल में प्लानिंग कर रहा है, व्हाट स्किल्स डू यू सजेस्ट दे एक्वायर? बाय स्किल्स आई मीन कुछ सर्टिफिकेशन या कुछ भी ऐसा. व्हाट स्किल्स डू यू थिंक दे विल डेफिनेटली नीड इफ दे आर गोना परस्यू दिस कोर्स इन कनाडा?
Before that, I'll just clear one thing. So my degree is Bachelors of Computer Science, and Bachelor of Science major in Computer Science is different.
Okay.
So ज़्यादा difference नहीं है.
Okay.
The only difference will be that in Bachelor of Science major in Computer Science there will be वहाँ पे ज़्यादा science courses होंगे. In the first year it'll be like one chemistry course, one biology, something like that. And in Bachelor of Computer Science, it is you have more electives instead of those compulsory courses. So only that difference.
Good to know. Yeah. Good to know. Thanks.
Yeah. And for the skills, I'm a very big advocate for personal development. Okay. So I wouldn't say like specifically for the degree you need to do anything. But I think अगर आप इंडिया से आ रहे हो, आपके पास ज़्यादा टाइम है, तो just focus on आप क्या skills develop कर सकते हो that'll make you stand out as a person जब you'll come here. Because you'll be applying for jobs and part-time jobs and things like that. So you need to be very active and a proactive personality when you're coming here.
100%. तो basically you're saying is कि अपनी let's be outgoing, अपना personality develop करो, बाकी जो technical part है वो TRU सिखा देगा तुमको.
It's like if I talk about Bachelor of Computer Science, it's the courses वो बहुत basic से start होते हैं.
Okay.
So they are very scratch. They are starting. So even if you don't haven't done anything in programming, it'll be fine for you. Okay. Maybe if you compare yourself from people who have done programming, obviously you'll have a little difficult time. But they start from very scratch, so you don't have to worry about if you know programming पहले से या नहीं.
Okay, makes sense. Class 12th में कौन programming सीखता है यार? Come on, yeah, right. TRU, तूने सिर्फ TRU अप्लाई किया था या फिर did you apply to other universities as well? What were your options and how did you finally land in TRU?
Yeah, so जैसे मैंने बताया, because I did my IELTS in 12th summer vacations में, and then as soon as my result came out, So TIU was the only university which was giving me conditional offer letter. One was that
Okay.
point.
Okay.
The other thing was that pehle I asked my counselor that I want to go somewhere जहाँ पे diversity ज़्यादा हो, because this is
Define diversity.
so yeah, so this is the stereotype के Canada में Punjabis बहुत हैं, and I am from Punjab.
Yeah, okay.
So coming here, मैं जाना चाहता था where there is more diversity. I get to meet even if people are from India, उस different parts से हो, so that I get
That's awesome. That's
get
awesome.
to experience that. Because if I say a person from Gujarat, it'll be as new as a person
Yeah,
from Canada
yeah,
for me, because
makes sense.
मैंने कभी interact नहीं किया,
Yeah, makes
right?
sense, yeah.
So diversity, and then this was the one of those universities जिसका intake was open
Okay.
for September, and I didn't want to waste any time.
Okay.
So that's the major reasons I came here.
जो तेरा प्रोग्राम है इसका थोड़ा सा प्रोग्राम के बारे में बता कि क्या पढ़ा क्या रहे हैं यहाँ पे एक्चुअली क्या पढ़ा रहे हैं कि ठीक है जिसको इंटरेस्ट है उसको पता है कि उसको क्या पढ़ना है जिसको इंटरेस्ट नहीं है who is somebody who is exploring what are they going to find out in this program.
Yeah, sure. So in the program, I think when students come, first year is very light in terms of computer science courses. Have दो computer science courses हैं in first year, because there are some English courses, writing courses you have to do. So उसके लिए first year is very light. So you have more time, you have to work on yourself to get prepared.
Okay.
Second year you slightly transition होता है, web development, mobile development. You learn about software architecture, data structures.
Okay.
So all these things you learn. And then third year, fourth year, they are a mix of courses.
Okay.
So they are more advanced. You learn artificial intelligence, you learn human computer interaction, design. So a bunch of different courses that'll for sure prepare you for industry in some aspect. One thing I want to make clear, because जब students are doing the courses, उनको ऐसा लगता है कि we are not being taught the latest technology,
Okay.
right? But I think as in university, here you're learning the basics. Okay. And once you learn the basics, you'll be able to learn advanced pretty well.
Okay.
So just work on the basics and be clear about it.
Okay, yeah. And I think every industry works like this कि भाई किसी को तो basics आना ही पड़ेगा, right? You have to learn. You have to go through the learning curve.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. अब मेरा diversity वाला question. What is the class mix like? तो ऐसे if there's a class of 40 students, what is the mix that you see? By mix I mean cultural mix and the professional mix. What do you see?
One thing that I noticed, it depends on the program a lot.
Okay.
Because under business there are a lot of international students as well. Computer science में I have seen more diversity in students. So when I go to classes, it's not like I'm just seeing Indians or just seeing Canadian people. There are mixed variety of people there. And if I talk about professional background, most of them are high school students, but there are very rarely there are some returning students or mature students that come after working in industry.
Now the difficult question, what is the actual fee for the program? Just the tuition cost and everything, not excluding living costs.
So when I came, it has changed a lot. But I think an average I can say is $1,800 per course.
Per course, okay.
So for 3 credits, it's $1,800.
Okay, per course is 1,800. Yeah.
In a degree, you have to complete 40 courses.
40 courses. Okay.
So I calculated it came about around $72,000
over the course of 4 years.
4 years. Yeah.
That's just tuition excluding living costs.
Yes. Any excluding anything that, and actually because I just paid my final tuition, so मेरे estimate था कि like how much I spent it was coming around 79,000, because then every semester you have to pay some miscellaneous expenses देने होते हैं, and then
so around just short of 80,000.
Yeah.
If you're planning over the course of 4 years, this is the amount of money that you actually need to have. What is the difficulty level of this program? And the follow-up question is, do students fail? And the follow-up question is, how difficult is it to get an A+ in this program?
Completely depends, I would say.
Yeah,
I am a person who loves computer science. I am in this field because I know that this is this excites me.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So for me, really, when I'm going in the classes and then just sitting here listening to the professor, मुझे अच्छा लगता है.
It's like music to your ears.
That I'm learning something new. And I think like in general, this should be the attitude, just being grateful for where you are. and then the things will be less difficult, and then and these difficulties make you the person you are.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I got more A pluses
Okay.
because I love the course.
Okay.
So I've only gotten in like 4 years. I've only gotten like one A minus, two A's, and
Okay.
rest A pluses.
Okay. Okay.
So like around 30 courses.
Okay.
But like it's just because I love what I do, right?
Okay.
So that's what I say. Most of the people, they come here seeing the industry that okay, IT is very popular. It is the right way, but when you're doing it, see if you are actually loving it or not. Because if you're doing something just for the sake of money, I worked 1.5 years as a co-op student and sitting there banging my head against computer for like one problem for
Yeah.
3 days. It's not possible if you don't like it.
It's not motivating. Okay. Okay. Do students fail? What is the reality? Do students fail? Yes. They do.
Yes, students do fail. I have seen students fail. And one key thing would be to mention here is that some of the courses who are prerequisites for other courses, they have a certainly higher criteria for passing.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe students passed, but not as a prerequisite. So if they want to take आगे अगर कोई course है जिसका prerequisite ये course है, then they still have to do it again.
Yeah, yeah.
And like काफी it depends on professors a lot.
Okay.
Because there are professors who are very strict and like this is what I want. There are professors who will be very flexible that okay, if I miss a guideline, you have the freedom to do whatever. So it depends on the how young the professor is or how what their thinking is. So
Yeah. 100%. I 100% agree. This is exactly what I feel.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I face. Some professors are very strict, and some are like, okay, we'll see. Show me your creativity. Show me
Yeah.
what you can do. How is the study different from India? My question is, what shocked you? Okay, oh wow, ऐसे भी पढ़ाई होती है, right? That is the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for that, I would say because introduction में I told that मैं पहले follow कर रहा था Canadian, American YouTubers को.
Okay.
So it was I had a mix of okay, this is European study culture,
Okay.
this is Canadian study culture.
Nice.
So I was always in this bubble even in India
Okay.
that I was diversified in terms of what education system exists out there. So when I came here in terms of education system, I didn't feel a shock. It was very natural. I was happy. I was excited. I don't know if it was excitement that I didn't
Yeah,
feel a shock,
yeah.
but like it was a very smooth transition for me, which I'm very grateful about.
But what's the difference कि इंडिया में ऐसे पढ़ाई होती थी, यहाँ पे they are doing something better or worse or you know?
One thing that I got a comparison by talking to some of my friends who are doing their
the same course
studies
in India?
Yeah, studies in India. I think यहाँ पे it is more practical.
100%.
I have seen people in India saying it's they're just learning theory.
Yeah.
And practical application is way less. But it depends on the colleges and universities, even in India mein. But this is what the comparison I'm talking about is just between two universities. So it can't be generalized.
Yeah.
But this is what I think. And यहाँ पे I think again it depends on the professors. But most of the professors I see, they usually don't hype up a concept. It is a subtle thing. I'll try to explain. So even when I was in schools, there is this thing that okay, maybe this concept is very difficult even before you're doing it, and then जब आपने start किया उसे करना, then you already have that in mind that okay, this is very
This is difficult. Yeah.
यहाँ पे professors will teach you and then you'll know that you've learned a concept. That's the difference that I've seen. One of the major ones.
Awesome observation, bro. Love it. So somebody asked this question in my comments. I will just read it out as it is. There are plenty of subdomains in computer science. Which one would you recommend, and what domain do most students move towards?
It is very hard to give a recommendation because everyone has their interest level, and there is architecture, there is web development, mobile development. There are plenty of fields in computer science.
Okay. Let's do it this way. What are the subdomains available for a CS student?
Okay, so I would start it with clearing out one myth. When people say computer science, they think it's just programming.
Okay.
But in computer science, I would say it's like just 60% programming and 40% there are other things you can do. So even if the people they think that they're logic building or they're not very good with algorithms and things, they can go for other opportunities as well.
Okay,
So I think if I have to line them out, web development, mobile development would be one, software architecture, database administration, machine learning, deep learning, which is very popular, artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
One field that I am really passionate about is quantum computing.
Okay.
It is a very new field. You need to be very interested in physics and math if you are thinking about going there.
Perfect.
So these are all the fields that are there, and there'll be even more. Yeah, these are the major ones that could come to my mind.
Again, somebody asked this question: what is the scope of mobile app development? Because this seems to be a very popular question. Many people ask the same question, so I put it there.
The thing is that there is obviously a saturated market for mobile app development because like more people are interested. It's not a 100%. Very rare field.
100%.
There are people who do often go for mobile app development, but in those markets, then it all boils down to how unique you are. Right, what different things you can bring on the table, and I think in that aspect, a major part is played by your personality. How you present yourself as a person, even in interviews, how enthusiastic you are about your field. So those things match up in deciding like what the scope is for you personally.
Great answer. What is the most, yeah, this is again very popular question in my comments. What is the most difficult thing you faced in computer science, like maths, algorithms, or
this was a dream for me. So like computer science, math, this is what I love.
Yeah.
So I can't really say it's difficult, but I can tell like what I've heard that most students consider algorithms pretty difficult. Or there's one specific course in TRU which is called discrete mathematics. People do consider that a little difficult as well. But I think as you advance with years, even in third, fourth year, there will be difficult courses. But you'll be able to deal with them pretty well because you are getting some experience in your first and second year.
Which courses made you work the hardest? Let me rephrase.
It again depends on the professor, but I would say the courses that I worked hard was artificial intelligence was one. Because you really need to know the field. I remember doing one problem. It is called N Queen's problem in artificial intelligence. So I was printing out the output and actually drawing the whole chessboard thing, doing different calculations just to get to the right answer. So it was one of the courses, and I think one of my professors that I appreciated that guy the most. His name is Piper Jackson. His courses always make me do work and make me feel good about them.
Nice.
And after doing that course, I have something that I can put on my resume.
Nice. Again, somebody asked this in my comments. Can you develop websites and apps on your own now? Of course, yes.
Yeah, because I worked 1.5 years. I was doing full stack software development. Mobile app, I have done a course in mobile app, but then obviously I'll need some polishing up to do. But I think once you're done with the degree, you can almost build anything if you have Google. Like, because see, Google, everyone has Google, and that's what one of the key things that I usually say about computer science is when you're graduating, it's not the knowledge you're graduating with, it's the mindset. It's the mindset of a computer science student. Because I can give a person from a business field the same Google page, but a computer science person can make something out of it. Like they can understand things, right?
Exactly.
So,
like Googling is a skill. Again,
yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, fun question. Which laptop do you use? Do you use a MacBook for coding and programming, or just a regular Windows laptop with 8 gigabytes RAM is more than enough? Do you need a MacBook?
I don't like MacBook. Personal opinion.
Fair answer.
Yeah. I personally have a gaming laptop. It is Asus ROG Strix.
Nice.
I actually, for this question, I think many people can learn something out of this, out of my experience. Because I had a 4 GB laptop. It was a 4 GB laptop. I was doing mobile app development, and mobile app development takes a lot of RAM. So my laptop was not useful at all. So somehow I just managed to get through Black Friday. And then I bought another one with 16 GB RAM. Because I think even if you're not going for hardcore mobile development or any other maybe running AI algorithms, it is good to have good specifications because you never know where your interest will lead to, and especially as a student.
I want a detailed answer in how is TRU supporting you in getting the most out of your course. Question here is, the course karna is your responsibility, right? Uske over aap aur kya kar rahe ho? What is happening? How is TRU giving you opportunities, or how are you, grabbing the opportunities?
My favorite topic.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I think the one thing that you said, I completely agree. Anyone can graduate with a degree. That's not your main goal. So जब मैंने start किया TRU में, I was interested in being involved in extracurriculars because I was in India as well, right?
Perfect.
So I got involved with the TrueSue Computer Science Club.
Okay.
I was a student representative with them for 1.5 years, and then me and like another guy, we kind of decided to start another club, which is called Sales Club.
Okay.
It wasn't really for sales, but like focusing on soft skills,
Okay.
so that people can develop. We were thinking about inviting guest speakers, so we were signing authority. We tried it, but it happened at that time, so it wasn't very successful.
Okay.
But something that I tried.
Okay.
And then co-op was something
Yeah.
that I applied for, and then I did work for 1.5
We will have a
years.
full discussion on your
Yeah,
co-op.
yeah.
Okay.
And then other than that, when I was coming back from my co-op right now, so because मेरे पास सिर्फ 8 months थे, right, before graduating, so I was like, I have to make most out of this experience. So मैंने क्या किया, in summer, I started contacting people in TRU different departments like research department, career department, that what are the opportunities, उनके पास क्या चीजें हैं,
Okay.
and like any ambassador programs that I can be a part of. So what I did was I applied for a career ambassador
Okay.
with the career and experiential learning,
Yeah.
and then I applied for student innovator. In research department.
Okay.
It is basically I'm learning about different research methodologies
Nice.
and things like
Nice.
that. And then I'm ये positions I am on fall में की मैंने,
Nice,
right?
nice.
And I'm continuing them in winter. And then winter के लिए I was like, let's add one more
Why not?
thing. So then for that I applied for future student ambassador.
Okay.
Because these positions were a little different from that. So in future student ambassador I'll get more chance to कि domestic students के साथ interact करना and seeing TRU from their perspective, going to schools and things. So I think it completely, TRU has a lot of opportunities. And if you personally think about TRU, if you're thinking about coming to TRU, you'll hear very mixed opinion. People will say TRU is not a good university, or like maybe in Kamloops there isn't much things to do. I agree that there may not be a very big nightlife in Kamloops.
Exactly.
But I've been living here for 3.5 years. It's the community feel that I enjoy, right? I did run my first like 10-kilometer marathon this year.
Nice.
So I went there and the whole 2,500 people there, the mayor of the city, everyone cheering everyone up.
Nice.
So this is what Kamloops is about, right?
yeah.
And then in TRU, if you are ready to take the initiative and be proactive,
Exactly.
then you are able to get what you need.
100%. I think this is what I like about TRU, that if you have the availability and you want to participate, there is always something out there for you.
sure.
There is always. If there is nothing, you can start your own club.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, awesome. Now we will talk about your co-op experience. पहले तो इन लोग को बताओ कि co-op होता क्या है.
Okay.
ठीक है, बहुत लोगों को नहीं पता co-op क्या होता है. Co-op लेना कैसे होता है, आपको पहले एक कोर्स लेना पड़ता है, उसके बाद तो what is co-op and how long was your co-op? Is it paid? कैसे पूरा?
Okay. So co-op basically is cooperative education. So TRU आपको provide करती है this thing where you apply into the co-op program. Once you apply, you have to fill up a form. आपको एक short essay लिखना पड़ता है, like maybe 2 paragraphs, not even an essay. Just a description about yourself or what are your career goals are. You get into the program, you do a co-op 1000 course. So इस course में you basically learn about resume building, cover letter building, interview tips. You get to network with different people in that.
Most important.
Yeah. And then at the end of the course, you apply for your co-op work permit. That you need to get a co-op job and like start working, right? And then after you are done with co-op 1000, you start applying for jobs, or when you're in co-op 1000, you can start applying then as well. It completely depends on you how if you're gonna get a co-op or not. It's like university people are there to help you as much as they can, but they can't really go out there and apply for you, or they can't give interviews for you. So mostly people do misinterpret in terms of that university is just gonna get them a job. It's not how that works. You have to apply for yourself, and then hopefully if you are paying good attention or you are putting in the effort, so you'll get what you want out of it. I got my co-op मुझे मिली in summer 2021.
So that was your second year, I believe?
So because I was taking more courses,
Okay.
in terms of in TRU, it was my like 1 year, 8-month mark.
Okay.
But I was done with my first semester of third year.
Okay.
Yeah. So जब मुझे मिली, and it is very difficult to get in. So I was all ready कि मैंने summer में I'll take courses अगर मुझे नहीं मिली co-op.
Okay, yeah.
But then on 28th April मुझे offer letter मिला and second को classes start होनी थी.
Okay, nice.
So 4 days, but then I dropped all my courses.
Of course, yeah.
I continued with the company. 1 year I worked there. One benefit was that I got a job in a small company. It wasn't very big like BlackBerry or Microsoft.
Okay.
But working in a small team, I had more responsibility in terms of documentations or in terms of having a very horizontal hierarchy that I can stop my manager's code if I don't like.
Okay.
Right? So these things, इन्होंने मुझे develop किया as a person more than a developer, because technology that I've learned at my co-op, वो maybe मैं घर पे सीख लेता, but how to execute, how to communicate in a professional environment, वो चीजें co-op taught me.
Right.
And then you get credits for that.
Yep.
For it depends on the program. In computer science, I got 2 lower level elective credits for first and second co-op work term, and for the third work term, it was considered as a upper level elective.
So that means you don't have to do the actual elective. You can just
Okay. You don't have to do 3 courses, but you're still paying for that because university is giving you the credits. But it is easier because you're earning as well, right? And it also depends on how much you will earn. On an average, right now, a co-op student will earn around $20 to $22 depending on industry, company. It varies a lot, but maybe you're in that range. It could be 19, 18 as well. It varies.
Usually it's upwards of 20, I think so.
Okay. But for sure it's way more than the minimum wage. Like at least like $4 or $5 more than the minimum
above minimum wage.
Again, it depends on the program, but in computer science, because I completed 3 work terms, now my actual degree will say graduating with cooperative education designation. So even your degree will show that you have industry experience if you complete 3 work terms.
Which is very attractive to employers, that you have been in the actual Canadian workforce. On-campus jobs at TRU. On-campus jobs के बारे में mostly people know, but कुछ jobs है जो दिखती हैं, कुछ jobs है जो नहीं दिखती. On-campus jobs. Tell me more about on-campus jobs at TRU.
On campus. So on campus that are very obvious are the food joints that are there. Starbucks, Tim Hortons, Subway, or Den, how we have at TRU, different restaurants on campus, all the food joints.
Okay.
The other part would be that not many people know about is sometimes universities do hire in their departments. Maybe admissions department is hiring, you never know, maybe marketing department is hiring. So just keep an eye out because those jobs are a little hidden because students think that they can't get it. Like they have this stigma when you're coming from India that maybe like we can't really get that job because we don't have experience. It depends on you how good you can portray yourself. Right? And one that is very good opportunity is teaching assistant jobs and research assistant jobs. I did a research assistant job which helped me get my co-op because that experience added to my resume. So in research assistant, you basically work with a supervisor, professor, and then you work on a project, put it on your resume. In teaching assistant, you basically work with a professor in a particular course. So you'll be helping them grading assignments or maybe developing papers. It depends on the professor, right? Another thing which may not be considered a job, but ambassador programs, for example, like how I'm doing career ambassador or like student innovator, these do pay you a stipend, right? So the stipend could be maybe for a semester, they are paying you $1,000.
Okay.
So it is some money, right? And it varies with how much time you are putting in. For example, the ambassador program may ask you to put in 3 hours of your week in, and then you are getting $1,000 for a semester. It's like a passive income on the side, and you are building your skills and resume. So these are all the different opportunities that you can get on campus, I would say.
Love it. Good answer. Again. Tell me about off-campus jobs. Kamloops में कैसा है? If somebody has no restrictions, कि okay, मैं कहीं भी काम कर लूँगा, that's fine. So what is the off-campus job scene in Scenario?
I think off-campus, it is very easy to get jobs in food joints, I would say, because many people are coming and going. The frequency always changes.
Iteration is very high.
Yeah. So, for example, Tim Hortons, McDonald's, these joints, they are always hiring.
Always hiring.
Yeah. So you can get a job there easily. Retail stores would be the one that you can go for. They may not hire that frequently, but still they do. So there's a possibility you can get there different departments as well under different companies. I personally worked at Winners for like 3 years around.
Wow.
So it was good. Retail jobs. Other I think sales jobs are there. Oh yeah,
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 like you
yeah,
were doing.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I think those are the and server jobs. You
They
get
pay
a
well.
lot of tips and things a lot out of that. So tips is a very tempting thing in server jobs.
So, Abhi, after you graduate, what sorts of positions do you think you'll get? And yeah, more about after graduating, what kind of jobs do you expect or what do you want?
Um, I would say I am expecting kind of on the same lines how I worked as a full stack software developer.
Okay.
I think I'll be able to get a job pretty sure in that domain. The field that I want to personally go in is research, industrial research,
Okay. Why
which
so?
what?
Why so? Why?
I'm a person who is very who likes to keep my brain stimulated.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So
Good.
after working as a full stack developer, I obviously was learning new things, right? But I think like they are already there somewhere. Like they are there. But when you go into research, you are researching about new things.
Okay.
You are coming up with new innovations, right? So those even when I'm doing research on campus, even in any courses, the things that I come across, it's very fascinating the concept that how you take a topic and then just do the whole dissection of it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then find the discrepancies in it. I would say
nice.
so. That's why I want to go there. I'm not very sure if I'm gonna get it because research does require you to have maybe a master's sometimes.
Okay.
So I'm open to it, but let's see where it goes. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Again, very generic question. I don't expect a right or a wrong answer. What salary do you expect after graduation, after doing a bachelor's? And again, follow-up question would be that isse niche to will be a loss. So what kind of salaries do you expect? Of course, give me a range or
Yeah, yeah.
what is your thought process?
I would say for sure at least like 65 to 70,000
Okay.
a year.
That's where you would like to begin, please.
Yeah, that's because I'm saying that considering that I have 1.5 years of experience already,
sense,
like
makes
as
sense.
in the industry.
Okay.
So that's what I for sure like not gonna go below that.
Okay.
And the other part would be if I would consider something decent, I would say like, okay, this is a good opportunity, would be for sure like somewhere 80, $90,000.
That would be wonderful.
That would be really nice. And again, it depends on the field. If, for example, even if it is paying me $60,000 and I'm getting the chance to go into industrial research, I'll take it.
Okay.
Because for me, the experience and the field that I want to go in really matters right now.
Yeah.
Maybe further down the lane, I'll be more choosy in terms of my monetary benefits that I'm getting. But abhi ke liye, I'm very interested in what I'm getting.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. And once you get good at what you do, there's nobody stopping
Yeah.
you from making the money that you deserve. So yeah. Will you continue to stay in Kamloops or will you move to a bigger city after you graduate?
Okay, so as I told that I'm interested in industrial research, I'll be applying all over, but like staying in BC. As for some reason, I just like staying in BC. I don't want to leave it. But I don't have a restriction staying in Kamloops. I can move if the opportunity is good. But if it comes to preference, I think till I get my permanent residency, it would be nice if I can stay in Kamloops.
Okay.
The expenses are less. I know this place pretty well.
Yeah.
So because as soon as I get my permanent residency, my first step would be to go in masters.
Okay.
So even the job I'm seeking right now would be something that adds to my experience as much as I can, even like to the degree. So when I go for my masters, I'm all prepared, right? I know the field a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great way to think about it. Awesome. I love it, man. Oh, throughout this 4 years, who were your 5 favorite teachers?
Piper Jackson, for sure. I mentioned him already. A great person, computer scientist, really admire him. The other professor in computer science would be Mridula Sharma.
Okay.
She's really good in what she does. Her courses could be a little tedious in terms of you have to do a lot of work, but that work really takes you somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
Other than that, One professor I had was John Cazzola.
Okay.
He doesn't teach many courses.
Okay.
I think he teaches here and there,
Okay.
but I really appreciated his way of teaching.
Okay.
Other than that, I would say, one professor that I've had this semester, because I'm interested in quantum computing, and I was fortunate enough that there was a course being offered in fall. I took it, and actually chair of physics department was teaching it.
Nice. Nice.
So his name is Mark, Dr. Mark Petku. That professor, I just love him. He's the most fun professor. Quantum computing in general is a hard field to understand. He used to make it so fun, and on the last day of the classes, he wrote a whole song around quantum computing for us. He played it on his guitar and stuff. So like it depends on how passionate the professors are.
Exactly,
More
exactly.
passionate the professors are with their field, I love them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's 4. One more. I need one more.
One more. I would say it's not directly related to my field, but I took a cultural anthropology course,
Okay.
and I had a professor, Humayun Kabir. I really liked his way of teaching. His slides were very concise, like 15 slides just for each chapter, and the amount of group discussions we used to have. Even though I was taking it in summer, the time is crunched, but still he made it very interactive, and the things that I've learned out of the course, amazing. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Kamloops में housing situation क्या है? Where have you been staying for your whole 4 years?
I was fortunate कि मैं 3.5 years I've been here. एक ही जगह पे रह रहा हूँ.
Okay.
It's in Sahali near TRU.
Okay, so it's not on campus. You're living
No.
off campus.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I came here, मैं starting में एक motel में रह रहा था. I think for 2 weeks. And then while I was staying there, I looked for accommodation. Accommodation I found that वहाँ पे ही रह रहा हूँ for like 3.5 years. I love that place, and it is very convenient because TRU say it's like 15 minutes walk.
Awesome.
So it is very very convenient for me.
Awesome.
But housing condition before was pretty chilled out.
Okay.
But after COVID, it's very bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I don't know what happened, but right now students can't find housing,
anything.
and right now because I am volunteered in fall orientation this year, and then right now I'm also volunteering for winter, and the new students they are coming from what I'm hearing from them, they are not able to find housing easy. Like it's very hard right now.
Also, it's very expensive.
Yeah, it is very expensive.
So that were most of my questions. Anything you want to say? Any golden nuggets for anyone coming to TRU?
Sure. So one thing I would like to say would be just because you're coming here, I know that everyone has their financial responsibilities, family responsibilities. But अगर आप यहाँ पे आ रहे हो, you are in this degree, you will be studying, you'll be working, but please maintain that balance and learn something, accept what you're doing. For example, because I mentioned ambassador programs, other than that, I use Kamloops in terms of I go for hikes, I do marathons, I started learning piano, I do sketching, cooking. So like these things, they keep you busy, and then you don't feel bored or you don't feel homesick when you're here because you're developing yourself, you're working on yourself. So see Canada not just as an opportunity for better life in terms of like money, but like in general, use everything that Canada has to offer, and keep working in terms of like seek opportunities, because if you life's just too short to just wait and like just sit and wait around. It's not gonna happen. Just be proactive and keep looking for where you can grow or what can benefit you.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Love it.
तो यार ये थी कुलराज के साथ जो मैंने वीडियो बनाई. ठीक है, कैसी लगी वीडियो मेरे को ज़रूर बताना. अभी धूप देख लो कितनी हो रही है, लेकिन आपको लग नहीं रहा होगा. -28 डिग्रीज टेम्परेचर हो रहा है. ठीक है, ऐसी वीडियोस फ्यूचर में आती रहेंगी. कुछ भी आपको चाहिए इस टाइप की वीडियो मेरे को बता दो. ऑलराइट, चलो, थैंक यू सो मच ये वीडियो देखने के लिए. बाय बाय, एंड आई विल सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो. और इंस्टाग्राम पे जरूर फॉलो कर लो. कुछ ना कुछ इंस्टाग्राम पे अपडेट, कुछ स्टोरी वीडियो, कुछ ना कुछ मैं डालता रहता हूँ. ठीक है, ऑलराइट, थैंक यू, बाय बाय, सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो.